The bill has not officially hit the dashboard, so unless there's any objection, we're going to go ahead and get started and start the explanation. I am going to need, once it's appropriately available to the committee, I'm going to need a motion to adopt the PCS with unengrossed amendments for discussion purposes. Even before that, all right. Senator Heiss is so moving. Without objection, we're going to go ahead and do that, only because in the ether it's not here yet. It's going to be a little unique in that sense. But we're here in Senate Finance. We're going to be focused on the finance provisions of the 2023 Appropriations Act. That essentially starts in Part 42 of this binder, to the extent you are wondering what the finance portions are. And there are various fees, which we don't plan to go into unless somebody has a specific interest in any particular fee, and staff is prepared should they be asked to do that. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Senator Perry to explain the PCS.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, this is a pre-explanation of what you were about to see, but in Part 42 of the proposed committee substitute to House Bill 259, the first section you will see in 42.1, we reduce the personal income tax rate beginning in 2024 and for the next 6 years until it reaches 2.49% in 2030. We then move to a section for sales tax changes for aviation. We really have two changes for the aviation industry. Section 42.12 aligns the sales tax exemption for parts and accessories used in repair and maintenance of certain aircraft with the existing sales tax exemption that you have with labor on the same aircraft, and this would be effective in July 1st of 23. In Section 42.13, we extend by 6 years the sunset on the exemption for aviation gasoline and jet fuel used in commercial aircraft. That's a familiar provision for you. We've seen that in years past. In Section 42.14, with cargo boats, we expand the exemption on fuels and consumables used by boats engaged in the transportation of freight to include transport on inland and intracoastal waterways. We were the only state on the East Coast that did not allow that because of some wording. And I think it impacted one, maybe two businesses, but we made that change in recognition of it being an unintended consequence of some wording in previous legislation. In Section 42.16, we exempt from sales and use tax the purchase of breast pumps, including repair and replacement parts, breast pump collection and storage supplies, and breast pump kits, effective in October of 23. In Section 42.17, we make highway use tax changes. We expand the 8% short-term car rental tax to include motor vehicle rentals through a peer-to-peer vehicle sharing provider. And it also imposes local sales taxes. That would be effective in October of 23. In Section 42.18, we make excise tax changes, and we change the method for taxing smokeless tobacco from a cost-based method to a weight-based method at a rate of 43 cents per ounce, and would add alternative nicotine products to the tax base. That would be effective in January of 2025. Those are the substantive changes to the tax code and these provisions. As Senator Newton mentioned, we will not cover the fees unless there are direct questions from the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Perry, for that preview of the bill. Let me go ahead and move now to a proposed amendment. Senator Sawyer has a motion to amend the bill. We're going to get all this in, and then I'll open it up for questions and comments. Senator Sawyer.
Thank you, Chairman. This portion of this is dealing with ride like Uber and Lyft, what they call TNC, and this is a service fee that will be applied to those, and the money will go to the Department of Transportation. This is an effort by a bipartisan group of us senators, and it has been vetted with a few in the industry. I commend the bill to you, or the amendment to you.
Members, do you have any questions about that proposed amendment or comments? Yes, Senator Woodard.
Mr. Chairman, this is Senator Sawyer didn't mention, she mentioned briefly that this is a bipartisan effort. This is part of our ongoing effort at the Transportation Committee to continue modernizing our revenue streams for Department of Transportation. And so you've seen a number of proposals like this. This is just yet another one of those, and I commend it to you in a bipartisan fashion.
Thank you, Senator Woodard. All those in favor of the amendment, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none that count. Motion passes, so the bill is amended. I have been informed that the system is having a problem getting us the bill on our dashboard. So unless there are any objections, we're going to proceed as though the bill is before us electronically and otherwise. Yes, Senator Lowe.
I have a question. Is it a fine bill?
That's up to you to decide, not me.
It's technical and clarifying.
All right, so now I'm going to open the floor to committee members to ask questions of Senator Perry that they might have about the content of the bill, questions or comments from committee members, and then I'll turn to the public, see if the public has any questions or any comments to make. All right, committee members look like they're all good. They've read and understand the bill. Let me open it up to members of the public. Has anybody signed up to speak? We'll go for 2 minutes if they have. No one signed up to speak. Very good. So at this point, I'm looking for a motion on the bill itself. Senator Heiss moves for a favorable report to the PCS with unengrossed amendments and unfavorable to the original bill with a referral to pensions. That's the 2023 Appropriations Act H-259. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Congratulations, Senator Perry. Thank you. All right, just to clear the record, Senator Heiss also made the motion to adopt the PCS with unengrossed amendments for discussion purposes earlier in our session. Just want to make sure the clerks are copacetic with that. All right, with that, we stand adjourned. Thank you.